Today I'm going to do a little food haul or shopping haul as I'm about to rejoin Slimming World tomorrow, so I thought I would just make a little video of what's on my list for this week's meal plan. So we've got chocolate spread, I use in my porridge. I think it's a couple of sins for a teaspoon of that. Then got sugar-free fizzy pop. We've got puffs, good old Slimming World treat. Then over here we've got dairy. I use the mozzarella for salads and things for work as my healthy extras. We've got Muller Lights. We've got some of the Tesco Healthy Living chocolate mousses. They're for my other half as he follows Weight Watchers and they're quite low points on that. We've got skim milk. I've then got some meats which I believe are all free. We've got some Tesco's chicken tikka to have for lunches and some ham. I've then got some frozen raspberries. I've used those again in my porridge for breakfast. I've then got some other fruits and veggies, so baby spinach, mushrooms, strawberries, tomatoes, lemons for my lemon water, basil, cucumber, just some various veggies there for some soups and to go with some teas. And then over here we've got cocoa snaps, again they're for my other half because he can have those on Weight Watchers, and I have shreddies and I use those as my healthy B choice for breakfast when I eat at work. And then over here we've got some bread, again used as healthy extras, and again wraps for my other half as he can have those. So this is this morning's breakfast. It's probably not the healthiest of breakfast, but I find when I have something like this I stay a lot fuller for longer than if I have like a slice of toast or porridge or cereal, things like that. I just find I start snacking very quickly because they just don't fill me up, whereas something like this does keep me full till lunchtime. So we've got bacon with the fat cut off. I have a mushroom, some tomatoes, some beans with probably a sin of brown sauce, and then some scrambled egg made with 2 eggs and about 100 millilitres of semi-skim milk from my healthy A choice. So this is today's lunch. I did plan on having some Puffs crisps with this and a Weight Watchers pita bread for my healthy B choice, but I'm actually not that hungry, but I've got to have some lunch because it's lunchtime and I'm not going to eat until much later on. So I'm going to have this but then not have the pita or the crisps, and possibly have Hi-Fi bars as my healthy Bs later as a treat after tea. Tonight's tea, we have the Easy Chicken Curry from the Extra Easy book that you get when you join Slimming World. We adjusted it slightly because we didn't have any passata, so we just used tin tomatoes, and we put a little bit of spinach in because we had some spinach to use up. And then I got lots of veggies and some basmati rice that I put a little bit of turmeric through because I think it gives it a nice little bit of flavour. I'm finishing the day with a salted caramel Hi-Fi bar for my healthy B choice because I haven't had that today because I didn't have my pita at lunch, and then a cup of tea. I've been quite bad in that I used some milk for my healthy HOS this morning for my scrambled egg, but I haven't actually had the rest of it today. I was going to use it in hot chocolate, but I didn't really fancy it, so I haven't had my full healthy HOS today. But aside from that, I think I'm finishing roughly on about 3 sins. This is this morning's breakfast, quite similar to yesterday's. Once again, we've got bacon, mushrooms, tomatoes and beans with about a sin of brown sauce. Only today I have poached eggs instead of scrambled eggs, so this is all free except for the sin for the brown sauce. Is tonight's tea. We've just got some meatballs made with some herbs, Worcestershire sauce, things like that, and then a basic tomato pasta sauce served with lots of pasta. So this is all completely free. I might add a couple of sins of cheese because I've not had many sins today. I think I'm on 4.5, so I think I have a couple of sins of cheese to have with it. So this is this morning's breakfast. Doesn't look quite as appetising because the tomatoes have run everywhere, but it's quite similar to what I've had the last couple of days. It's just some bacon, a couple of poached eggs, a mushroom and then some tinned tomatoes. Breakfast very similar to what I've had for the last 3 days. There's a little bit of bacon, mushroom, a couple of poached eggs. I don't normally have tomatoes and beans together, but I had a little bit of each left over from the last couple of days, so I thought I'd just use them both up. And then there's a tiny bit of brown sauce in there as well. So this is my breakfast this morning. It is 35 grams of cocoa shreddies, which is my healthy bee choice, lots of strawberries, and then there is 100 millilitres of skimmed milk in there for 1.5 sins. So this is today's lunch. We've got 2 Ryevitas, which are a sin each, some mozzarella, I think it's 50 grams for a healthy extra A, and I've got some ham, tomatoes and spinach, which is all free, and then an apple for afterwards. So I just got in from work this afternoon and I was really craving some chocolate, so I made myself one of these little hot chocolate cup things where you get the cup and it has the chocolate powder in it and you just add water. I think it's probably about a sin and a half, no more than that. And then I've got a cup of tea and a hi-fi bar for 3 sins. So I'm counting this little snack as 4 sins. And then I've only had a sin and a half this morning, so I'm on about 5.5 sins at the moment. This is tonight's tea. We have sausages. I believe they are Tesco's Healthy Living sausages, which, as far as I can remember, are a sin and a half each, I think. But I will check that and then insert what they are. I don't think they're more than 4 sins for the 2 though. And then you've got potatoes, which are free, poached eggs that's free, and lots of beans that are also free. And then I will be putting probably about half a sin of brown sauce on this as well. Lunch, we have the spicy lentil soup from the Slimming World website, and then we have some Puffs crisps for 3.5 sins, I believe it is, taking my sins today to 5 so far with the milk from my breakfast. I'm sat at work and my other half has just popped in and tempted me with these. I don't actually know how many sins they are. I will try and find out and insert it in. But I'm being a little bit naughty and having these. this morning's breakfast. It's what I've had the last couple of mornings. It's just some chocolate shreddies, 35 grams for my healthy bee, and lots of strawberries. And then there's 100 millilitres of skimmed milk in there, which is 1.5 sins. I'm not sure what I'm going to use my healthy extra for today, so for now I'm classing it as 1.5 sins. So today's lunch is mozzarella. I decided to have some cheese for lunch, so the milk from this morning's breakfast I will sin. So here we have 65 grams of reduced fat mozzarella on 2 Ryvitas, which I've also sinned, so they are 3 sins for the 2, I believe. And then we've got some ham, which is obviously free, and tomatoes and spinach, which is also free. And then I have some Puffs crisps, which are 3.5 sins, I believe. So far today I've had 8 sins. So this is the little snack I'm having this afternoon. Today is the first day since I started plan where I've actually had a day off work. So I've been sat at home all day, not doing very much, on my own, and I've just been having mad cravings for chocolate and sweets, and I've been picking at stuff that I shouldn't have been picking at, so I've probably already gone bust on my sins, but I thought if I sit down and have a proper little sweet treat, it might sort of curb those cravings and stop them. So I'm going to have this, and hopefully it will stop me picking for the rest of the evening. So this is tonight's tea. Evidently the chocolate mini roll didn't quite satisfy the cravings I was having, so we are ending the week on a little bit of a bad note, but like I said, I do feel like I've had a really good week, and I know I have had a loss, so this is sort of a little end of the week treat before I start fresh tomorrow. So I wanted to film a little end to the food diary that you've just watched. As I'm filming this, I haven't actually weighed in, so I don't know how much I've lost. Obviously I'll weigh in a couple of days time, and I will insert into the video how much I have lost. I do feel like I'm going to have a loss. I do think I've done well, I've stuck to the plan, I haven't gone over sins, so I do think I am going to have a loss this week, which would be fantastic, and it's going on the right tracks, and every day I felt really happy and quite, you know, fulfilled and not hungry, which is one of the things I like best about Slimming World. The only problem I have found is that I'm not a big lover of group. It's not for me. I know loads of people go to group, they stay to group and they love it and they say that's what gets them through it, but for me it's not something I enjoy. I prefer doing online, so I have looked into doing Slimming World online. A lot of my sins you'll see this week have just been kind of guesstimates because I've not had access to all of the tools. So I looked at doing an online membership, and from what I can tell, you can't actually pay sort of a membership month on month. You have to pay for a 3-month membership up front for at least the first 3 months, which again is not something I particularly want to do. I would rather just pay out month on month. I haven't got a problem with committing to paying that for that long, but it's just paying it out in one go. I'd rather not do that. So I have decided this week to do something a little bit different and actually give Weight Watchers a week and basically just try and compare and see which ones I like. Obviously I started my journey on Slimming World. I lost just over nearly 1.5 stone, and then I did nearly another 0.5 stone on Weight Watchers, so I've actually done both. And I was on Weight Watchers just before Christmas, and they brought in the new Smart Points, and the all the values seemed to go up, and it seems that, you know, everything was a lot more strict. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna follow this anymore, and I didn't really give it a go. So what I want to do is give it a proper go, give it a full week. So I've done a full week's meal plan, doing the Smart Points. Every day I've planned to stick within my 30 daily points. I've reinstated my Weight Watchers membership online because you can pay month on month there, and I'm basically just going to give that a go and see if I like it. If at the end of this week I'm not enjoying it, then I might have to look at going back to Slimming World and, you know, just, I don't know, doing something else, trying to maybe follow it without joining group, or I don't really know, I don't know, but I'm gonna do a week on Weight Watchers and basically just see how I get on. So the next video you will see will be a Weight Watchers week, and I'm basically going to do the same as I did this week, but just follow and do smart points and see how I get on with that. So we'll see at the end of the week how it gets on, and I will check back in then.